Curious about the new construction market right here in Lake Oswego? Well, then this video is for you. Let's go. Hey everybody, my name is Aaron Cullen. This is Brandon Cullen. Together, we have a real estate company right here in Lake Oswego. If you guys are looking to buy here, go ahead and reach out and give us a call. Our information's right down there in the description area. We'd love to help you guys out and use our local knowledge here of the market. And speaking of which, today is a really cool video because we're talking about the new construction in Lake Oswego, and we want to help give you guys a little bit of information on what to expect. Now, I'm sure you've been looking online, at Zillow, Redfin, places like that. So you've seen the houses kind of come up. So we just want to give a little context and some on the ground opinions about that. So you guys can know kind of what exactly to expect with new construction here in Lake Oswego. Now we're starting this video today inside a brand new construction that's on the market right now, priced at $1.9 million. Now this home is in Westridge and it feeds in to a top rated elementary school right here for the public school district here of Lake Oswego. And I will also caveat that with all the schools, all the elementary schools are amazing. It's the #1 rated school district in the state of Oregon. And it's also a nationally top ranked school district. Actually, I just read a stat that said it's in the top 1% nationally, which is pretty amazing. And that's why a lot of people are choosing to move to Lake Oswego if it fits in their budget.
So this is one of 2 new builds we're gonna show you a little preview of today to give you a flavor of the new builds. And here in Lake Oswego, there isn't the space to build master plan subdivisions full of cookie cutter new build homes. Right. So most of the new builds here are going to be infill lots where an older home is taken down and there is space made for new construction. And also because of that, the new builds in Lake Oswego are typically designed and built by custom home builders. So this one that we're standing in today is no exception. This was built by Horizon Northwest, which is a home builder with a really great reputation for quality, durability, and this luxurious design, which I think really is representative of most of the new builds here in Lake Oswego. But there's still gonna be a price differential. So talk a little bit about what people can expect with new build prices.
We're here at the lower end, not quite the lower end of the prices, but this was priced at 1.9, and this is also indicative to the market we're in right now. So this started at over $2 million in the low 2 millions and has been price reduced over the last several months to get to where we are right now, which is a fantastic
This is a steal.
buy.
This house is gonna sell any day.
This house will probably be pending within the week, I would imagine. So it's priced at just under 1.9 million. Now we get new builds in Lake Oswego that are smaller than this. You get to just under 3,000 square feet or the low 3,000 square feet, and that are like 3 bed, 3 bath. And you can find those at around 1.6 million. That's kind of like the introductory price. And those are definitely gonna be a smaller lot and just a little bit smaller house.
Less privacy, closer proximity to your neighbors.
Exactly. And there's 2 of those that just came on the market. That's over here in Cullen, those are actually in Palisades. So 2 just came on the market in Palisades. The house hasn't even started construction yet, but it is already on the market. So you can see some builder plans, and I'll throw up here a picture of that so you can kind of see those.
And that's a good point, just to go back to, most of these are infill lots, and so there isn't a particular neighborhood in Lake Oswego that necessarily has more new construction. You can find a new build in whatever neighborhood you're interested in, but the volume, the inventory is gonna be smaller, and so you might have to wait if you want a new build in one particular pocket of town.
And so you got, say, 1.6 at the lower end for new construction. And again, those are gonna be smaller lots, smaller homes. And then you kind of get a house like this, which is amazing quality build. It's a lot bigger, very comfortable house with 4 beds, 3.5 bath, a little over 3,600 square feet on about a 1/4 acre. So you get a lot more yard, to your house.
And that 4-bed also, in addition to that, there's a office and an upstairs lounge area, whereas some of those lower priced new builds you're talking about are like a true 3-2 home.
That's right. So that can be a little deceiving. So definitely keep an eye out on that. And this home also has access to 4 lake easements. So lake easements are
hot commodity.
Lake easements are a hot commodity. They definitely boost up the property value here because that basically gives you access to the lake. You can only have access to the lake if you want to put in, say, a kayak or a boat or a paddleboard or even swim from one of the private docks. You have to have a lake easement for that. And there's about 3,000 homes in Lake Oswego that have that deeded access and about 900 that are actually waterfront on the water. So if you want that new construction, you want that lake easement, you're kind of shrinking and shrinking your pool because a lot of the new builds also will not necessarily have a deeded lake access. So here we are, 1.9, and this really range of this type of house is you're gonna expect to see like 1.9 to say, 2.1. And then as you kind of go up from there, you can expect to see like 2.1 to say 2.5, 2.6 million. You're gonna have another clump of new construction homes in there. And that's gonna be one of the next ones we're gonna tour with you guys. That's just under $2.4 million, but it bumps up in the size of the square footage as well.
Let's go check that one out.
All right, and now here we are at the next new construction home. Now this kind of gets into that next bundle of price points. This one is priced at just under $2.4 million. This is a 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath at 4,500 square feet. So quite a bit bigger, almost 900 square feet bigger than the last house that we just showed you guys. And now this one has a little bit more of a unique layout, I would say, where we've got 2 bedrooms here on the main floor. The primary bedroom is on the main floor, and then upstairs we've got 3 other bedrooms.
3
upstairs.
bedrooms and a huge lounge area and wet bar also on the 2nd floor.
And then down here, we're standing right in front of this amazing open concept kitchen with these huge windows. I actually really like these windows. It's a little bit more modern look that you have here with the metal framing there on those windows. And then you've got the nice patio right here, right off of the dining room, living room area. And check out this fireplace. I love this natural stone fireplace. That's really, really, really neat. And then you've got a space built in there if you wanted to put TV right there above the fireplace.
Yeah, to me, this is like modern farmhouse done right.
Yes.
It's so clean. It has almost a beachy feel, which is appropriate with how close we are to the lake. But it's very clean, and the finishes in here are just so lovely. It's not super basic whites. It's got a little color on the cabinetry, this darker, almost cement colored stone island, and in the bathroom, same thing, those little elevated features in this home. The location couldn't be more different between this home and the other home. This one is right off of Boone's Ferry, walking distance to shops and restaurants, and just a little buzzier of an environment over here. Yep. The other home was very private and quiet and forested. But I think it's really interesting. It just goes to show that depending on what your priorities are in a home, you might prefer the home that costs less.
Yeah, that's right.
It just depends on really what you value.
Yeah, this home and this location is excellent if you want that high walkability, like you're saying. I mean, the shops are literally here, start at the end of the street here on Boone's Ferry. So you've got all these shoppings, restaurants, cafes, the post office, basically all your needs, the grocery store, they're all literally just walking distance. But one difference is this house does not have a lake easement. And this is also that I want to highlight a great example where this was one huge lot where they had one house that they then knocked down and then built out 3 homes here. So you've got, again, a little private road right here between these three houses, and that's how you get to the driveway around the back of the house, which is just right out here, out this kitchen window.
Which is interesting, exactly the same setup for the first home that we were in. It was a one lot, they built 3 homes, and that's very typical here. Actually, you're more likely to see just one home replacing an older home. So these are a little more unique.
Yep. Yeah, well, you'll see that more and more now in Lake Oswego, where a builder can get a bigger lot and then be able to subdivide it up into some smaller lots to still be able to get a good value to the buyer versus, say, some of the homes that would then now be above this price point are going to be in that $3 to $3.5 million price point. And there's a lot of builders doing homes at that price point, and that's where you're going to get like this whole lot was one home, and you'll probably be in that 4,500 square foot range, but you have the whole lot, and then the house is probably going to be laid out a little bit differently, might have a little bit higher end finishes, and then that's going to put it in that like $3 to $3.5 million.
One of the things that I've seen in those homes at that elevated level are like a beautiful walk-in pantry, almost a second kitchen, and then much more built out indoor-outdoor living. So more of a true outdoor cooking space on the outside with just a more grand yard and landscaping and all of that. So I think that's one key difference we've seen at that next tranche up.
That's right. Yeah, just your shared spaces are just way more developed.
Right. Like a pass-through window in the kitchen, out to the outdoors, things like that.
Yeah, Renaissance Homes just had one that went pending that was in this year's Street of Dreams that was just right next to First Edition, and that one was priced right in that $3.5 million price point. And that one had all those elements that you're talking about.
Right. So what else do we want people to understand when they're shopping for a new build here in Lake Oswego? I think it's just important to understand the contrast here. We've said many times that the housing stock here tends to be a little outdated on the inside. And so if you're busy and fixing up a home is not how you want to be spending your time, you're looking for move-in ready, but style and aesthetics is really important to you, then a new build might be something that you want to look into.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure you've been looking online, at homes if you're thinking about moving here, and you will notice that a lot of it is outdated, like you're saying, but a lot of those have been updated, and then some of them haven't been updated. And so that is going to be key to seeing some of the price differences. And some people prefer to put their own touches on it and don't want something totally updated, but you will pay for it if it's been totally updated. You are gonna pay the difference for that. So the average home that you're going to see in Lake Oswego right now is going to be kind of around that like $1.1 to $1.4 million of your pre-owned homes, and they're going to be, say, built from the 80s up through the 90s to early 2000 is going to be your typical home that you're going to find here in Lake Oswego. You will have to give up a certain amount of things to kind of figure out that right Rubik's Cube for your home. To be in that, say, that $1.1 to $1.4 million. If you want it, say, a little bit more updated and a little bit newer, it's going to be a little bit smaller lot or a little bit smaller square footage house.
Or the location might not be quite ideal for whatever reason.
Right. Or if you want that house that has, say, that 1/3 acre, it's very private, but it might be, still in that price point. Maybe it's not totally updated. It's been a little updated through the years, but it's going to be a little outdated. So you're going to need to, end up putting some money into it in the future just to do like cosmetic updates.
And this is one of the things that we love to do with our clients or people that reach out to us who are thinking about moving here is understand like what makes your heart, just think like, get so excited about the idea of moving. What are you really looking for? And then help you tailor your search according to that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I hope you guys have found value in this video. If you guys have any questions and you're looking at new construction here in Lake Oswego, go ahead and reach out and give me a call. My information's right down there in the description area. I'd love to talk. All right, guys, stay tuned for the next one coming up right now.